Morning, everybody. Well, it's looking pretty obvious, at least, well, large numbers of these people. I'm not going to say anything controversial on this, all right? What I want people to do is get the controversial stuff here, because I'm going to put this on Facebook and see if they try and take it down. I'd see whatever happens, all right? So, try and get it shared. Absolutely crucial. Look, they're cutting me off on all my social media, right? Now, getting the word out is really important, so it's up to everybody who watches this to share it. I shouldn't have to tell people that, but obviously we've got to try and save as many as possible, and we're all waking people up in numbers now. We are waking them up in numbers, so that's very, very helpful, right? So, yesterday, I was in a nice little village not far from where I live, and I noticed a lot of shuffling going on. What I mean by that, a lot of people haven't typically walking around. And I'm starting to think, hang on a minute, there's something not right here, because we're past a couple. There was an elderly gentleman, probably, late 60s, and he was shuffling. Then there was another older woman who was shuffling, probably in her 70s. Then there was some younger people who were shuffling, like 50s. Where they were having difficulty sort of walking along the street. In fact, there was one lad I would have thought could be no more than 50, and he actually had somebody helping him. No, they didn't have sticks. There's obviously a lot of people out there who have sticks and disabilities, that's obvious, but these were people without sticks, and they were shuffling along. And I'm just thinking, is this a sign of what's to come? So significant numbers of people. It was once I got me eye on one or two of them, I just couldn't, it's like when you see a car that you recognise, and then you kind of stop seeing them. Well, I just couldn't stop seeing them. So there's lots of people were walking to it. Now, we know this 22 thing that they're talking about, not the 21 one. They're saying it's going to be a lot more deadly, all right? Now, what's that for? Is that a cover for for what's happened? I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it is. It's to cover the significant number. Now, people have to start getting ready. You're going to have to be morally strong for this, because this is not going to be nice. There's going to be a large, if it's correct, that these people shuffling are getting sick. And we know that as a matter of fact, by the way, because we're getting loads of anecdotal evidence. I mean, I've got kids in factories. The only people that are off now and are sick or the people who've participated in the experiment. So the victims are the ones that are being experimented on. So we're seeing that in factories. We're seeing that, we know people personally who are now victim to this. And they were warned, but you see, we're not here to convince anybody. We're just here to give them the information. It's, that's why people have free will. You were given free will specifically for this. All right. So we've got a facade of different authorities, local councils trying to mandate and force this crap on people. We've got the NHS. Basically, it's become what can we say? It isn't. It's exactly the opposite of what it's supposed to be. And we've got people in LA now, right, where public sector workers, you went along with it. You've got to remember, these public sector workers are going along with it. So kids, guess what? They're getting it first. So in LA, they're now mandating that all public sector workers get it, as they did in Hawaii. There's going to be a few court cases going on. But you've got to remember, they've shot that bullet. The unions are just walking away from this. They're pretending as if nothing's happening, this medical battery. So, and all those that get the real deal, not the placebo, their life expectancy is going to be very, very short. So, it's really important. I mean, you've got mayors in councils, who are basically just organising the whole thing and going along with it. I mean, we're talking about some proper dim people here, by the way. Now, some have got the embarrassing title of having academic qualifications. I mean, how can you have any academic, anybody with any ability to read science, research, look at the experts in the field, how can you have anybody, any single person, because that's the thing that got me, I just can't believe, right, I haven't difficulty believing people can be that stupid. How can you be that stupid? If you have been silly, there is a protocol, there is an opportunity to step out of this dream spell, this nightmare. But believers, you need to get active. Get active. And if you're not active, unfortunately, you let this wash over the top of you, like I've said for quite a number of years now, keep doing as you're told today, will get you dead. Simple. Very simple. Following orders today, right, from these cult members will see you dead. Simple as that. So the cult members in XR in London with our blood sacrifice ritual, all talking about this, another one of that globalist hoaxes. I mean, unbelievable. You know, and I'm not saying, you know, there will be decent people in there. Do they not know that those LEDs are biologically toxic and cause ecocide? That their organisation are pushing to kill everything. They didn't know that. They didn't have 5G as a weapon either, did they? No. Because that's what happens, right, when you just go along, right, bang your tambourine and you don't do any research into what you're actually talking about. So, anyway, interesting times, everybody. Good to see people are starting to wake up all over the country. Are now coming for the children. And that's what we have to stop. Because them children, this is absolutely deplorable. So now pushing the 12-year-olds. It'll be the 5-year-olds next. It'll be the newborns. They're already giving the pregnant women it. And they're aborting. So, you know, it's horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. And we've got actors pretending, coming in, you know, local, you know, social media, etc. You need to get it, pregnant women and that. And you've got midwives being removed from post for warning people because they're on the front line and they're seeing these women, these unfortunate women who are going along with this mainstream narrative and losing their unborn child.